Welcome to Lesson 5, the Student Experience, for GUHSD's online course for Google Classroom. We're first going to take a look at the assignment overview. We're then going to talk about how students interact by posting and commenting in Google Classroom. Next, we're going to take a look at how they turn in and resubmit classwork. We're going to look at how they view their grades, and we're going to look at some options for how they can set up email and app notifications. In Lesson 5, students will be able to understand how students interact with and experience Google Classroom elements. They will also be able to use Google Classroom features in a manner more conducive to student learning. Students will demonstrate their learning by optimizing their own Google Classroom environment for student learning. For the process, you'll be watching this video to learn about some of the interactive features that students have in Google Classroom. And lastly, you'll be completing this table, listing 2 to 3 obstacles that you think students might run into while interacting with Google Classroom, then providing a recommendation for how the student or the teacher can work to resolve this issue. Once you are finished with all activities in this lesson, make sure to turn this document in to our Google Classroom online course. Students have many ways to communicate with their teacher or classmates through Google Classroom. The first way is by posting announcements to the actual stream itself. If the teacher allows, students can post and share things with their classmates. They can post Google Drive information, they can post links, YouTube videos, any other videos, and they can upload attachments as well. Additionally, if there's a stream or an announcement already started by a teacher, GUHSDtech for example, students can add comments to create a stream of knowledge. Again, the ability to post and comment by students is a feature that's controlled strictly by the teacher. If we're in the teacher perspective now, click the gear icon and give students the control you'd like. Students can post and comment, students can only comment, or only teachers can post and comment, in which case there is no posting or commenting by students. Students can comment in different ways as well. If we take a look at it under the Classwork tab, and we go to a sample assignment, let's say assignment number 1, and the student views the assignment, they can add a private comment to the teacher, or if the teacher has the settings for students being able to comment, I can add a class comment as well. If I add a class comment, all of the other students in the classroom and the teacher will be able to see what I said about this certain comment. Once a student posts a comment within an assignment, there'll be a notification right here. There's one class comment. Students will be able to click and view all class comments. Students can also independently contact their teachers under the People tab. If they want to email a teacher directly, they can email. It opens up to their Gmail and they can construct an email. Students turn in classwork by heading to the Classwork tab and selecting an assignment. If it's a question, students click View Question and they can type their answer and then click Turn In. And you can see classmates' answers. Students can turn in assignments by clicking the assignment, viewing the assignment, and by clicking the assignment. Once students are finished completing the assignment, they're going to select the Turn In option. It's going to verify that they want to turn in this assignment to this Google Classroom. Students will select Turn It In. Once that happens, we notice that although the student can add a private comment to the teacher, they can no longer edit this document. There is an option, however, to unsubmit it. So if they turn it in, realize they made a mistake, and then want to unsubmit it, they can, as long as it's before the due date. When a student turns in an assignment, and they try to click the assignment and go back to it, we now notice that the student only has view access. This is the case because once a student turns in an assignment to Google Classroom, the teacher now becomes the owner, and the student now only has view access. If it's before the deadline, or the due date, the student can unsubmit their work. Once they unsubmit it, They again have editing access to this document. They can make any changes they need to, but they also need to resubmit it or turn it in again. Again, they'll verify the assignment is turned in. There are a couple other options for students to turn in work. Besides just clicking turn in to turn in an assignment that's been copied for them by the teacher, they can turn in assignments from Google Drive, they can add links to the assignment, and they can also upload PDFs, JPEGs to satisfy the assignment as well. They can also add new docs, a new slide, new sheets, and new drawings to this assignment. So as well as turning in whatever copied assignment the teacher gives them, they could add any additional files through these methods here. Once a student turns in work, we notice that there are some visual cues to let the student know, and there's also a place called View Your Work. In the Classwork tab, assignments that have not been completed yet are colored in. Notice this purple task. The ones that are grayed out are the assignments that the student has turned in. So this is a nice visual cue to students when they go to the classwork that tells them the grayed out options are ones that they have already turned in. The illuminated or colored options are the ones they still need to do. Another place to find this information is under View Your Work. View Your Work provides an itemized list of all the assignments the student needs to complete, with due date and status. Turned in, which means it's turned in but not yet graded. A score means it was turned in and then graded. There's filters also, so if a student wants to take a look at what assignments am I missing, click missing. No items are showing up. That means I have no missing assignments within this Google Classroom. Returned with a grade and assigned. And I can go back simply to the home screen with the itemized list. Students also have options to control their own notification settings within Google Classroom. By clicking the 3 horizontal lines in the top left, students can scroll down to Settings. Their settings are similar to the teacher's, but if we're looking here, I can turn on and off email notifications, classes you're enrolled in, work and other posts from teachers. So they want to receive notifications for any work that's assigned to teachers, they'll get a notification, either through email on the Chromebook case, or if they have the smartphone app set up, they'll get a push notification on their smartphone app. Returned work and grades from your teachers may be important. Once they get their work back, they can find out what their score is. Invitations to join classes as a student. So when teachers send out notifications to join a class, the student will get an email if the teacher invites them personally. And then due date reminders as well. They can also specify individual course notifications. If they have courses for which they do not want to receive notifications, they can select and indicate here. Students can also take a look at, under enrolled courses, their to-do list. So if they click their to-do list, they can select for which class this assignment is due tomorrow at 11:59, or they can select all classes at once, in which case all of their missing work from every Google Classroom they are in will show up here, noted by color and title. No due date. It'll even delineate due tomorrow.